Hello, welcome to our VR closet. Today I'm just gonna talk a few minutes about nausea or VR sickness, as it's also called. In the background here you can see me driving the Ferrari F40 in Assetto Corsa on Spa, and this was actually my first experience in VR when I had bought my used DK2, yeah, it was a truly amazing thing to be put inside of a car for the very first time, and also going up a Rouge for the first time. It was mind-blowing, truly awesome. But back to VR sickness. It's actually a pretty high chance that many of you experience this issue, and also if you haven't tried VR, there is a pretty big chance that you might get nauseous when using VR. Of all family and friends that have come over to try VR at my house, I would say 50 to 60% have been VR motion sick, and that also includes me, actually. What's causing this nausea is it's about the same principle that causes you to get seasick on a boat, but the opposite, you can say. On a boat you feel the world around you moving, but due to that you are looking inside of a boat, you don't see the movement. Your environment stays still, but you are moving. And in VR you see your environment moving. You are traveling through space, but your ears don't detect any movement, and that's what's causing the VR sickness that many experience. Yeah, as I said, I fell for this as well. I could play about 10 minutes my first run, and then I started to get cold sweat and feeling really nauseous, and I had to quit. And I was actually sick for about 10 or 15 hours after this first VR try. So I was pretty sick. I laid on the sofa the rest of the day and was not capable of doing much, actually. So it hit me pretty hard. But I just thought it was too awesome to stay away. I couldn't stay away. I jumped in the first thing the next day, and I maybe lasted a couple of minutes more that time, and then I was sick again. And I thought that I want to cure this VR sickness, and I was actually able to do that. So there is hope. Even if you do get nauseous when in VR, or that you are afraid that you might become sick when you try VR, you are able to train this away. And that's what I did. I kept coming back every day, and for every day I was able to stay in VR a bit longer and a bit longer, go a few more laps, or try some more games. And I think it was about 1, maybe 2 weeks, and I was totally cured. I could play any game or be in for hours on end. I just don't get sick anymore in VR. Some incidents or some games might get me a bit uneasy, but if I just close my eyes for a few seconds, and then it's all good again, and I can continue. So yeah, it's totally possible to get rid of this sickness. So that's a good thing for everyone. I actually saw many VR headsets on sale, and the reason was the person said they got sick, and probably they wasn't that keen on getting back into VR, so they sold it. And I think that's very unfortunate. So don't sell your unit if you get sick. You can't train your senses to cope with VR. There was also some games like Roller Coaster Tycoon. I tried that one of my first days, and that actually wasn't that long ago. I was just able to run that, because that's really hard on the stomach. Just a few turns and I just had to take my headset off, and I was really sick. Flight games can also be a bit much for the stomach if you do a lot of barrel rolls or things like that. But usually I found out that sim games, both flying and especially driving games, was the easiest to use when getting into VR, because you are in control. You have your steering wheel in your hand or your flight stick, and it's your movement that causes the world around you to move. So it's a bit easier to cope with this sickness, or get over this sickness when you are in a simulation, than rather just getting the inputs or being a viewer in let's say a roller coaster, because then you're just going along for the ride, and that's a lot harder. You really need to be pretty strong stomachy to be able to handle that in the beginning. So so yeah, just keep on fighting this nausea, and go back to VR the next day or a few days after your first encounters, if you have this nausea. And yeah, in time you will get past it, and you will be able to enjoy VR fully. So yeah, that was all I wanted to say actually. So hope it can be of use to someone, and if you like, please do, and subscribe if you want to see more. So I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.